The last stop. This next viral video was shared by multiple social media accounts on the internet, but none of them mentioned the original source. The video shows a man inspecting an old abandoned bus somewhere in the rural countryside of Japan. Of course, as you might expect, things take a terrifying turn.
Fake.
아니 임마 널 왜 던져줬어? 아 진짜로?
Coffee ci avrebbe senso, ma gli
As the man
MTT...
approaches the entrance to the bus, a
Scusa un
girl
secondo, gli MTT non sono una cosa che puoi tracciare a tempo, capito? Perché magari se fai un torno hyper può essere che fai più 1800, ma è un torno hyper, dove serve più fortuna, però dura 3 ore. Quindi negli MTT quando giochi i tornei non puoi tenere traccia del... Cioè puoi farlo, ma è inutile del guadagno all'ora, capito?
can be seen watching him from the window. He quickly looks inside, but there's no one there. Now, because there's no source, it's impossible to say whether this footage is real or fake.
Gli zingari
But
sono un
as
po' fake.
always, I leave that up to you to
What do you
decide.
think? Mi sembra un po' fake.
Something watches over. Paranormal investigator Alex from the YouTube channel Hunting the Unknown sets out to investigate an old abandoned nun convent in the south of England. The old building also doubled as an asylum for the mentally ill. The convent/asylum was active from the 1800s all the way into the late 1900s, with over 100 years of dark history. It's not surprising that the building is said to be extremely haunted. One ghostly figure that haunts the building is said to be that of a sad nun, who is said to still wander the hallways of the old asylum to this day. Alex decides to explore the convent completely alone, with nothing but a camera and a flashlight.
Come fai da solo?
While inside, he gets the overwhelming
Come
sense
cazzo fai da
that
solo?
someone is watching him.
Hello, is anyone here?
Bene, bene, solo non possiamo vedere un video quindi non riesco a rispondere dopo le domande.
Hello?
Alex hears strange noises and feels like he's being followed. Then he captures something absolutely terrifying. Did you see it?
Non mi sono
The
coperto le mani.
investigator doesn't even notice, but as he passes one of the empty old asylum rooms,
Sì,
an
Fabio, per
ominous
forza.
dark figure seems to be lurking
Quando incalza la
inside.
musica io mi cago
A figure
sotto.
with a creepy resemblance to the shadowy outline of a nun. So could it be that the old nun who allegedly haunts the convent was watching Alex? Well, who knows? But you can watch this entire exploration over on the YouTube channel, Hunting the Unknown. Fire and
Hunting the
brimstone.
Unknown.
This next bizarre video is a bit of a mystery. The video was shared to the internet without a source, and it's a bit unclear as to exactly what is going on here. The footage shows a dangerous fire near 2 cars, and something else truly disturbing.
Ma?
Someone or something can be seen silently walking through the fire, seemingly unbothered and unhurt. Eerily, the figure resembles the shape of a small child. Could it be that the fire tragically claimed a victim whose spirit is lost in the blaze? Without a source, we'll just never know. The Woman in White. Musician Eder Olivas from Torreon, Mexico is driving home late one night on the Saltillo-Torreon highway when he spots something
Pippo,
truly
non ci devi credere.
disturbing.
È come quando devi vedere gli Avengers al cinema. Ci credi gli Avengers? Allora perché li va a vedere? È intrattenimento. Puoi vederlo per intrattenimento sia se ci credi che non ci credi. Joyas? Ma? Che cazzo era quello?
A woman dressed in white can be seen running in the emergency lane of the highway, her arms outstretched in a strange way. Some video commenters even suggested that it looks like the woman has no head. Now, Eder Olivas actually thought he might be hallucinating at first, as he was extremely tired from his long drive home. But later, he checks his dashcam footage, and he is shocked to discover that the woman was 100% real.
What the
Eder
fuck?
says he has no idea why a woman would be running down the dangerous and busy highway so late at night. He says that he thinks he might have captured a ghost on camera. But what do you think? Is this encounter paranormal or just weird? You decide. More than he bargained for. Paranormal investigators Tomo and Hiro from the YouTube channel Omagatoki Film are contacted by one of their viewers, a man named Taguchi, who claims that he's been experiencing strange activity in his studio apartment somewhere in Japan. Taguchi explains that 6 months ago he found a very cheap apartment. And you might ask, well, why was it so cheap? It turns out that the previous owner tragically took his own life right where Taguchi would be living and sleeping. But the young man doesn't believe in ghosts, so he happily signs the lease despite the apartment's dark history. But then, Taguchi starts to have trouble
Ma sei in
sleeping.
casa di
He
merda.
says that he hears footsteps, voices,
Ma troppe volte l'ho
and
dato mica.
scariest of all, he starts to
Perché hanno preso
experience
la
sleep
mica.
paralysis, during which he sees a distorted, laughing face right above him as he lays in bed, unable to move.
Sicuro.
Tomo and Hiro decide to set up 2 static cameras in Taguchi's home for a month. At the end of that time, they review the month of collected footage. They are shocked by what they find. One night as Taguchi is sleeping, this happens.
Ce l'ho già, Gian. Lo sta tipo soffocando.
Taguchi appears to be suffering from a horrible nightmare as he
Dipende
grabs
quanto
at
tempo
his
passato,
neck,
Ethan.
seemingly in pain. He wakes up in an absolute panic. But did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
A pale figure seems to materialize in the hallway. The apparition appears to be watching Taguchi as he struggles in his sleep. Taguchi finally wakes and the figure disappears into thin air. But there's something even stranger, because the second camera pointed at the hallway loses focus at the exact same time of the incident, and a distorted face seems to appear right in front of the camera. So could this be the same bizarre face that Taguchi claims he has seen at night? The Omagatoki team believes that Taguchi might be haunted by the spirit of the previous owner. But you can decide for yourself and watch the entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Omagatoki Film. Shake, rattle, and oh no.
Oh
A
no!
music composer named Henning from Oslo, Norway says that for years he has heard strange unexplained sounds coming from his attic. Over time, the strange activity
Sì,
has
sicuramente è
just
vero.
gotten worse. So one day, Henning hears noise from his attic door and grabs his phone to record.
Hallo?
Questo è un HD, dai.
Hallo? 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 Hallo?
The door latch to Henning's attic shakes and rattles around as if someone is trying to open
Si è
the
cagato
door.
sotto appena richiusa la
But when
porta.
Henning snatches
Oh,
the door
cagà!
open, there's no one there. And then the door suddenly slams shut on its own. Now there's very little extra info on this clip. So, is it a real paranormal encounter? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Caught on camera. TikTok user Summer, who is a
Si
mother
vede il filo, dove sta il filo?
caught just an elaborate hoax.
Non è mica il
You
filo,
encounter? Or is it all
Dove sta il filo?
just an elaborate hoax?
Non è mica il
You
filo,
decide.
Se no, o vi devi tirare se
All
ritornano indietro.
just an elaborate hoax.
È tipo una parte da
You
porta
decide.
rotta. Se no, se vi devi tirare.
Caught on camera. TikTok user Summer, who is a mother of two, lives in a small house in an old town in rural Georgia.
Georgia
Late one
Atlanta.
night, Summer takes her phone out to record a quick video in her backyard. But she immediately
No, non
notices
slot, non slot.
something that is absolutely unnerving.
Unnerving. Non lo so quasi mai
Y'all,
unnerving.
I am in my yard. Watch my face. This is not an app doing this. This is my yard. The church is behind me. Watch my face. Church, you can see straight through me. I kid you not. Look at this. Whoa.
On camera, Summer's face seems to twist and distort into something unrecognizable as she simply moves around in her own
Vabbè.
backyard.
Potrebbe
Summer
essere.
says that she is deeply worried that the strange old church across the street might be the cause
Lo devi
of
fare
the
di giorno.
creepy occurrence. She attempts to find information about the history of the old church, but she hits a dead end and is left with no answers. So did Summer catch a bizarre paranormal visual disturbance on camera? Or just what is going on here? The most haunted cemetery. Popular YouTuber Franco
Grande
TV is
Franco.
known for exploring terrifying abandoned locations
Ma
in
la
the
camera, la
US.
luce, il
But for the
buio.
first time ever, Franco travels south to the country of Peru
sì.
to investigate the
Devi farlo di
quote,
giorno.
most haunted cemetery in South America, the Presbítero Maestro Cemetery. The giant graveyard is well known by locals who claim that the place attracts
Francone.
witches who perform dark rituals with the bones of the deceased. As Frank explores, he finds signs of witchcraft everywhere. Tombs filled with burnt-out candles, voodoo dolls, and bizarre notes. One of the tombs belongs to a world-famous alleged witch, Gregoria Camacho, who died in 1897. Fans from all over the globe flock to her grave to carve their names and leave candles and offerings. And when Franco finds her crypt, something happens that he simply cannot explain.
A witch who was buried here. Now apparently she did good and bad, but mostly dark stuff. So on the top of her tomb they spray painted Witch of Satan and stuff. But her tomb is actually kind of different from all the others because you could see a skull and bones, which kind of represents something very, very dark. But this is actually her tomb right here. Her name is Georgia Camacho.
Dicono che era una strega?
Georgia, something like that. I torture names. And you can see how other witches would carve their names in here and leave candles and trinkets. That looks like it says Camila. And if you look out here, you can see where they put all the candles. It's different from all the others because they put all these candles here and candies. Isn't that... Hello? What the hell did I just hear?
Ho mosso
It
una
sounded
cosa
like
lì
somebody
giù.
laughing. Thing is, on the maps, this area is blocked off. So once you walk back here, there's nowhere else you can go. Listen, listen. Hello?
Potrebbe essere un uccello però, eh. Potrebbe essere un uccello.
Georgina? There's literally no
No, Rin, dai.
here. Oh, okay.
Dai,
I
dai,
got
John,
creeped
focus.
out.
Fate le missioni
Franco
caccia.
hears what can only be described as a sinister and mocking
Una gita non
laugh
credo.
coming from somewhere in the graveyard. And that's not the only strange event that Franco experiences that
Ma
night.
questo fa tutte ste cose, è normale che non ci abbia paura di una cosa del genere, se poi sia vero o meno non si sa, però capito? Cioè, tu sei abituato a fare una cosa del genere, con tutto per un po' cringe. Ma no, Franco è un grande, Franco è un nostro amico.
As he searches through open and abandoned crypts, he captures something downright chilling.
Ecco.
Right in there. I don't know if those
Ci
are the
sono anche i
remains.
cripte
It
questo.
looks like a sock. There's something tied up. Here, let me zoom in. I'm gonna be able to zoom in a lot more on post-editing, so... It looks like it could be... There's something hairy there. Huh, that looks like a dead animal. Or something. Oh, that is so creepy. Alright, I just got the K2 meter. ¿Alguien estás aquí adentro? ¿Tú puedes decirme tu nombre? Oh, look at this. There's X's. You see that?
What? Che era
On the
ancora
side of the
vivo?
wall. Oh, that's interesting. That's something that's kind of seen in Mississippi. When you see X mark, it's like they have something they want you to do, and they call upon the spirit to doing it.
Did you hear it? Franco doesn't notice, but a faint female voice can be heard whispering, "Hola."
You see that?
The giant historic cemetery is also the final resting place for another well-known figure, Ricardo Espiel, a young
Riccardo.
boy who tragically died when he was only 6 years old.
Questo è sopra.
The boy Ricardo is said to be a benevolent and protective spirit. Visitors claim that the boy's ghost grants wishes and blessings to true believers. But when Franco inspects the young boy's gravestone, he captures something downright chilling.
Now I am making my way towards another tomb of a child named Ricardo. Now, apparently Ricardo grants blessings and wishes to everyone who comes to him, seeking help. He is a very well-known spirit that protects this graveyard.
Mi sembra che mo spunta la
One,
faccia di
protects it,
qualcuno.
and two, also offers blessings to everyone who shows up here. I wanted to see if I can read what this says. Alla memoria de Ricardo en
Mortacci vostra!
sus amigos 8 de agosto December 1887. Ricardo Isabella Mariano Nuevo. Now, what's more interesting about this is that in the back, you could see all the prayers from everyone and all the blessings. And what's more interesting is that it even says gracias. Like,
Io a
please,
Malta,
thank you for
ragazzi,
making
a
these
Malta
blessings
sono
come
andato
true.
in una chiesa simile dove si dicesse che avvenissero dei miracoli in questa chiesa e molte persone andano a pregare per far avvenire questi miracoli direttamente alla Madonna. E molte persone hanno riportato poi, tipo, chi una ciocca di capelli, chi un guanto, cose che rappresentavano il fatto che quello che avevano pregato poi è avvenuto. E sono tutti appesi in una parete. È stato strafigo.
True. Any blessing you want, it'll be blessed
Nino.
by Ricardo.
A pale, translucent arm seems to reach out from the young boy's grave. But again, Franco doesn't notice. It's only after he posts this video to YouTube that the arm is spotted by some very perceptive
People see him.
viewers. So is this indeed the most haunted cemetery in South America? Let me know what you think. You can watch Franco's entire 3-part investigation over on his YouTube channel, Franco TV.
Franco TV.
The old Clune Park estate. Over 100 years ago, Clune Park, Scotland was a bustling community of shipyard workers and their families. Shockingly, the estate of 430 apartments, a primary school, and a church is now completely abandoned after the shipyard jobs dried up and the
Questa è una
workers
mappa-
all just moved away.
Questo è un pezzo di mappa di COD,
Curious
Warzone.
visitors are warned
Già
to
fatto
stay
dopo.
away
Tra
because,
poco
quote,
stacchiamo, mate.
dangerous things
Finiamo del video e
happen at the
stacchiamo.
Clune Park estate.
Questa sera alle 18,
It
alle
is
20
said
c'ho il
that many
poker.
people have lost their lives on the property under suspicious circumstances. But the warnings don't stop ghost hunting teams Scared to Death Zero as they venture out to explore the old abandoned apartments of Clune Park. At first, they don't experience much, just a few strange noises.
You know, there's dinging and beeping and. What the? Is that the window there? Yo.
As time passes and the day's exploration turns to night, the team experiences something that shocks them to their core.
Right, that one's open.
Vedi, dipende da te.
Yo. You see movement then? Move the light. Yo. Yo. Is that?
Entra. Boh.
Yo.
Io entra. Cioè, appena visto una cosa per... Entra.
Is that face?
Boh. E ride. Non stai bene. Sei ritardato.
Second floor, man.
Ma io vedo una cosa del genere, ma
No.
vado a messa per i prossimi 3 giorni.
Oh, it's a red light outside, that, isn't it? Hello? Which one is it? Check this one. I can hear somebody.
Mo esce qualcosa, guarda.
Someone or something can be seen at a window. The guys head inside and up the stairs, but there's no one there. Just a few creepy noises. Whoever was at the window seems to have just disappeared. The ghost hunting team believes that they captured something paranormal. But let me know what you think.
Potrebbe essere un barbone.
Yo. Yo.
Potrebbe essere anche un barbone facile questo,
The monster in the closet. TikTok user Jennifer Lynn, her husband, and 3 children moved into a new home back in mid-March. Since then, Jennifer has been busy painting and renovating the house while she is home alone watching over her 3-year-old son, Caleb. But lately, Caleb has started insisting that what he refers to as a quote, monster, lives in one of their upstairs closets.
Where's the monster?
Right here.
Now, Caleb sometimes refers to this quote, monster as his friend, or as her, and occasionally as him. But this is where things start to get really strange. Because one day, Caleb claims that his quote, friend, is in the tunnel.
Is your friend still here? Is your friend still here?
Why don't you in the tunnel?
In the tunnel? What's she doing in the tunnel?
I said in her chair.
You said your friend's in the tunnel? What color is your friend?
Blue.
She's blue?
Yeah, he's blue. He's blue.
Now, Mom Jennifer just dismisses it as a child's imagination, because obviously they don't have a tunnel in their home. But the more Jennifer ponders what little Caleb said, she remembers this. It's a small closet, or a storage space, or a crawl space, or something. But certainly something that a child could interpret as a quote, tunnel. But there's even more creepy stuff going on. Because one night, as Caleb keeps insisting that there is a monster in the closet upstairs, this happens.
Let's go find the monster.
Is it in there?
Huh?
Is the monster in there?
Nope.
Where's the monster?
And you'll take his room.
What? What?
Take his room.
It's in Caden's room.
Yeah. Well, go check it. Go check the monster.
Go check on the monster?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Go
What?
check.
What does the monster look like?
It's blue. Go check him.
Oh God, no.
I find her.
What?
I find her. I find monster.
Now, obviously it's spooky enough for your child to be playing hide and seek with his invisible monster friend. But when Jennifer uploads the video to TikTok, her loyal viewers hear something in the video that Jennifer didn't even notice.
Oh God, no.
Jennifer and little Caleb are all alone in the house. But what sounds like a male voice can be heard. To me, it sounds like it could be saying, "This is my place," or "This is my house." But every viewer who watches the video seems to hear something different. So, let me know what you hear.
Niente, non si capisce un cazzo. Monster
you can
sembra
watch
dica.
Jennifer Lynn and her son Caleb's continuing story over on her TikTok page.
Hai scritto la frisab?
MCMXCII. Thanks so much for watching. My posting
Adoro
schedule is
riscattata.
all over the place, so please hit the subscribe button and also the little...
Dove sta? Che cazzo non me la fa più vedere? Ma si è buggato il sito? GG. Arriva subito, signor Rox, ecco a lei. E benvenuto nei cani, signor Rox. Questa cosa è interessante, quella del bambino, eh.